following interview is with a Christian rap artist group named Destiny Lab. Representing the group in this interview is Arkalogic, vocalist and songwriter. Title of this show, Aliens, Ghosts, Deception. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Now, I know you are a Christian rap artist. Why don't you start from the beginning and unmask Arkalogic?
I am a Christian rap artist. I've been making music for a number of years. Started making music actually in the secular realm, and then took a break for a while. Never really pursued it as a career, but just did it for fun. And actually took a break for probably 7-8 years of not doing any type of music, and just pursuing other things in my life. And during that time, I was kind of on a personal search, and started getting into researching a lot of things that had sort of deceived me at a younger age, and just felt a need to talk about these things from a musical perspective. And so I started doing Christian rap music, and based from a creation-based standpoint, and a lot of our stuff is creation evolution type debate stuff, and all the offshoots of that debate. And the guy that I have one partner in my music, Genetics. He does all my beats. He's the same guy that I made music with, several years ago when we did secular music for fun. So we've done music for a long time, and just feel blessed to be able to do it for the glory of God now. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing right now, though. To me, it's a surprise that you guys haven't made it big doing this, because I'll tell you what, man. When I first contacted you on the internet, couple years ago, and I actually got to hear your music, and I kid you not, I'm not just saying that to be oh, I'm interviewing him, I'm gonna make his music sound good. It sounded damn good. I mean, I listened to it, and the first thing that came to my mind, and it's nothing like it. It's just your voice. You do the vocals, and your voice kind of reminded me of an old group back in the day, Insane Clown Posse. I know you're nothing like that. Your style's nothing like that, but it just sounded, it was good. It was good music, and I mean, to me, it's a shock that you guys haven't grown into this huge thing because of the style and just the way it sounded, and to me, especially the message.
I appreciate it. All in God's timing. We'll see what happens.
Now, given your lyrics of the songs that I've heard, what's the first thing that pops in your mind when you hear the word alien?
Alien. Well, I would say deception, delusion, something that is a mimic of what is real and true. I used to be really into aliens. I actually used to be a special effects makeup artist, and worked in the special effects industry, sculpting aliens, creating aliens, and have my own line of creature heads that were all alien heads. And I still love sci-fi. I still am into that. I think it's fun stuff. But and I actually even grew up in a Christian home. But at some point, I was really so caught up into the alien thing. I saw aliens as kind of possibly being, the good guys, were possibly angels in disguise, and maybe the ancient people just didn't understand them, and
right,
actually, angels. And so I looked at it from that perspective, and I really tried my best to kind of bend my own theology and biblical perspective to fit that. But after really researching it and digging into, all the different perspectives and all the different aspects of the debate, I really flip-flopped and came to the conclusion that absolutely these are not the good guys. So, in my mind, aliens are a delusion.
Now, what you say, that really brings something up. The movie Paul just came out. I don't know if you had the pleasure of watching it. It's a great film. It's hilarious. But it's kind of funny how Hollywood makes this movie, and then there's this cool little alien guy portrayed to be this really good thing, performing these miracles. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. everybody, well, there's this one lady in the film, and she's constantly thinking that he's the work of the devil. But as the movie goes along, he kind of gets her out of her Christian ways, and it's like he's like, whatever about that stuff, talking about the Bible and God and all that, because a lot of people do view aliens as being demonic in nature, and this character Paul, you know, with humor and likability for him, got this girl away from her Christian ways, and it was accepted in the film. And it kind of makes you wonder if that has any influence at all on, the viewer. You know what I mean?
It was really interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. I actually saw that movie just about 2 weeks ago, and it was really kind of blown away at how latent it was kind of laid out. Basically, aliens are here, and evolution is true. Christians are the problem. Christians are the idiots. And in that shell, that's kind of what a lot of things in Hollywood and on the media seem to be portraying. And I think it's a great opportunity. Actually, you could either get mad as a Christian and say, "Oh, look, more blatant, horrible." Hollywood media, or you can say, hey, this is actually a great opportunity to show exactly, what they're trying to say here, and it's kind of like my song, Evolve or Die, they want people to either believe in evolution or kind of like fall by the wayside. I mean, the alien was responding, to this girl, how do you guys put up with people like this,
Yeah, exactly.
You guys just need to get rid of these people, I mean.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what, if you read deep into the occult, the New Age plan, that's exactly what it is in a nutshell. They want to get rid of Christians.
Now, what about electronic voice phenomena? It's the recording of voices, supposedly of voices of those who have passed on using digital voice recorders. What do you think about that?
I think it's interesting. I mean, I'm not an expert in it by any means. I haven't looked into it deeply. I think it's playing with fire. It's no really different than I think playing with a Ouija board or something like that. You're giving spirit realm permission. You're asking for contact, and that's really all the spirit realm needs, according to the Bible. Is the permission and acceptance, and so they can do their will. And somebody that wants contact or supernatural things, these things will mimic and deceive people in any way that they need to, that fits the mold of that person's worldview.
That really makes a lot of sense. And what you said about when you were younger, there might have been a little, you kind of hinted at like a darker side of yourself. It kind of reminds me a lot of myself, actually, when you said that. Just a few years ago, I was involved in things that I shouldn't have been. I mean, nothing major, but, might have tipped the bottle too much, drank a little too much. But my eyes slowly started opening. And I have to say, too, that while I was doing this, I was actually filming a movie, Legend of Gretchen's Lock. And it was all about ghosts and how they're real, and I was really into it. And as that went on, my life started getting, like, very, very bad. And it just escalated and escalated and escalated. But then after me and my wife, we actually got out of that kind of stuff. It's amazing how you actually turn to the Bible, the Christian ways, and the quality of life really started going up for us.
Nice.
I mean, to me, that's pretty amazing. But ghosts, aliens, to you, it's all a deception. To many others, it's, oh, you guys, like you said, are crazy. I mean, do you get a lot of people coming up to you like that? Like, aliens ain't demons. They're just, how could it possibly be demonic? I mean, they're just people, travelers from space. Do you get a lot of that?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. But I think it's a great opportunity. That's my favorite thing to do, is the opportunity to talk with people one-on-one and just, I'm not really trying to convince somebody of anything, but just actually make sure that they've heard all the information and looked at all the different points of view, and then they can make up their own mind for them with themselves. I really like to hear other people's point of view, what their take on it is, and then I share my own take on it, and from there people can do with it what they want. But we're not here to convince anybody. It's not our goal to We
Eh,
want people to be saved and turn to God, definitely, but it's not our responsibility to save people ourselves. All we can do is be a link in the chain, share with people what we found out, our own journey and our own research, and from there they can.
Now, to you yourself, your personal point of view, is it possible? Is it possible at all that aliens from other worlds might just be that creatures from other worlds? Or do you really believe 100% in your heart everything that comes from the sky demonic?
I think it's possible that there could be alien, that God could have chose to, you know, create life somewhere else, and we know that He created angels. He created planets, and galaxies, but I think in my heart of hearts, it tells me that we have been set apart. We're a special place. We're definitely different from anywhere in the galaxy, but I don't think it's impossible that there could be alien life somewhere. But I do find it highly unlikely that any physical being could physically travel in a physical craft to Earth.
Right, yeah, I understand. Now, there is a hot topic right now, and everybody's talking about it. Hollywood actually made a big blockbuster film about it. The year 2012. Now, what's the first thing that pops in your mind when you hear the topic about the world coming to an end in the year 2012?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for those who are on the side of deceiving. The spirit. When I talk about that, I say the spirit realm. The principalities that are deceiving so many people out there. I think it's a great opportunity for them to use that. And like I was saying before, they'll use any means possible. Well, here's a means. It's hey, people that are into 2012, let's start talking. Through people who are open mediums. Let's start talking through people who are open to our spirit realm and clairvoyance and all that, and channel these beings. And let's start telling them this information about that there's a new beginning, and we're going to evolve into this new era, or the world's going to end. I mean, there's no real agreement. That's what's kind of amazing about 2012. Everybody has their own take on what's going to happen. Some people will say the world's going to end. Some people say it's going to be a new beginning. Some people say Planet X, pole shift. I mean, there's just so many different takes on it, and it's all just kind of based, mostly, if you go follow it, based in people that channel this information through the demonic realm. And how much can you trust that?
Yeah, right. And it actually reminds me of the Blossom Goodchild. I'm sure you've heard of that. What was it, October 14, 2008, this huge, massive UFO fleet was supposed to appear and hover in the skies for like 3 days or something. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that, to me, that's just like, I mean, it's wild how people actually come up with this stuff, and then you see tens upon tens of thousands of people legitly following it. You know what I mean? Like, they really get into it, they really believe it, and they just, as you said, and I truly believe myself, they're deceived.
Yep. Yep.
But what about, okay, I know that you think ghosts could actually be demons. I know in the Bible it says that when you're dead, the dead know nothing at all. So, what's your understanding of somebody that has a near death experience, and it goes beyond them going through this tunnel of light? Let's say the surgeon is, putting together their skull, and he's wearing blue gloves with red stripes. I know that not the kind of gloves they're going to wear, but let's just say that. And then this person wakes up from the near death experience, and they said, "Hey, I seen you working on my head, and you had these gloves on. They were blue with red stripes." I mean, how would you explain that? 'Cause it's going to be hard for people listening to this right now that say it. What I mean, it's just, what do you think it is? I mean, what do you believe? What is a near death experience? Do you believe that it's all make believe, or what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's both. I think definitely there's a lot of make believe that goes on, and then there's also, I think there are people that can separate themselves from their body, I don't think they, completely leave their body. I think there's,